Sing Three Little Maids from School are...
I don't know that one.
Unfortunately, that one sentence is the only line I know from that song, so I can't sing it for you.
Yeah, me too.
I've never even heard of it, and I can't even recall that one line you just said.
Three little maids from school are we. Something, 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 we.
That's another tune. I can pull on. Right, so Bogger somewhere else. I'll control Niblin, and we'll see how this goes.
Yep. Yes. Alright, so, you guys have just defeated the group of Leshies. They are lying in heaps to the south, and are being nibbled upon by two summoned shadows of truffle pigs.
Those are the screams of agony.
From the Leshies, yes.
Yes, they're very agonized, those Leshies. Just 1 second.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta go handle that, man.
You should get some roleplay points for that.
For the Leshies? I don't want the Leshies gaining XP.
Well, he can get roleplay points for himself, and he can put into like little boons or something later on. I don't know. It's just perfect timing.
Okay, there doesn't seem to be much I can do about that.
Roger that.
It's all good. I'll just be laughing good-humoredly.
Sorry.
So up
Perfectly
ahead of
fine.
you, there's a sort of swampy section to the cave, but you can hear wind howling in the distance up ahead. It's a reasonable bet that the caverns open up a bit wider up ahead. Maybe there's another river up ahead.
Maybe there's another river up ahead.
Maybe we shouldn't go in the water until we're certain there isn't anything in it.
Okay, I'll fly above it.
Well, everybody else besides me.
Niblin watches with a detached curiosity, waiting for her to be consumed by whatever lives inside the lake. Water, river, whatever.
Does something live inside here? Hello?
You haven't
Hello,
touched the
river?
water yet.
You'll have
Are
to
you a
look.
water dragon?
The water looks fairly murky, like it doesn't have any current to it. Water deposited here once and heavily overgrown by vines and such. The water is also the surface looks a little oily as well.
Are you an oil elemental?
Well, you obviously can set fire to it, so go have fun. I'll just stand right here.
Also, Julius requests he could use a small spot of healing. Just a hair under one half at the moment.
Someone poke out a wand and jab him.
Well, I could use my healing hex, but
Sure, if you
okay.
want.
I can hit
Either
him
way.
with heal injuries either way.
I suggest using the wands, as that's what they're for, but
Okay.
you have
Alright,
like
then.
3 of the damn things.
Yeah, wands are too cheap.
Well, go ahead and, what are they again? Cure Serious?
Yep.
Alright, so
You
it's
couldn't add cure spells to a wand.
3d8? Cure Serious is 3d8, right?
Yeah. Cure criticals 4.
3d8 plus 5.
Yes.
So, roll 3d8 plus 5 then, and just keep doing that till Julius is healthy.
What?
Holy balls, you actually rolled 3 1s.
Yes.
The very first roll. That's like impossible, but you did it.
Let's total that lot up and see how far we
That's
go.
not impossible, it's just improbable.
Oh, fair enough. Super improbable. Yeah, he's fine.
That's gotten him within That's got him to 30 down.
One more just for the sake of being over 100. Not 200. There
Do
you go.
wands have unlimited uses, or
They have
do you
50.
eventually?
No, but they have 50.
Ah,
50
So-
uses, and we have like 3 of them.
And
Someone
they're
mark,
super cheap. Yeah.
someone mark 60. 6 off of that.
Roger's in here, so I don't have a character sheet to mark it off on.
44. All right.
Alright.
I'll
Alright,
just
proceed.
make
Alia,
mental
don't
note
forget
of that for you.
Emesua.
Yeah, Emma's just gonna go there for now.
It's only a 3 or 4 foot drop from the stone to the water's surface. But you're not sure how deep the water is from here.
Yeah, everyone's afraid it's a water dragon.
I'm just afraid. 'cause
Actually,
it's so
my money is on it's a
harmful.
giant leshy. It's like a giant leshy underneath it, just rises up like Godzilla.
Oh yeah, that'd be great.
I could
totally
roll a
do that.
few things depending on what would be useful, but
It would be like hyper leshy.
Well, if you're thinking nature checks and whatnot, you can't identify what you haven't seen.
true.
So perception would be a good thing around about now. There we go.
Not like a Nimblin to do it. He's not sticking his head over the water and going, does this murder me or not?
And then a crocodile comes out entirely made of water, but we figured that out.
That's what he's afraid of. That's why he's letting you guys go first.
He's expendable.
Anyway, other than
So are
other than-
you.
Other than a few pockets of perfectly mundane-looking insects buzzing over the water here and there, there's no real signs of anything threatening. And the water appears to be about 3 foot deep.
I'm gonna move into the center of it, see if anything happens.
Nimlin's gonna hitch a ride on Emma.
Whee!
Shamu.
Yes.
Alright.
She
Just
moves
to be
along
aware,
the
she is not suitable as a mount, so he'll have to.
Well, no, he just doesn't want to
if
get wet if
anything
he can
happens.
avoid it. She can float
Yes.
above the water. He'd rather not be in the water.
Yes, he takes penalties to his ride check.
Oh, yes, that'll be a big deal. Like he already has like a plus whatever the hell. He's got skill in it.
Adelaide tentatively wades through the water.
Is she devoured by the trash monster?
There is no trash monster that devours her now.
Yeah, she's eaten by a grill.
It is not dark enough. One of you is carrying a light source.
Oh good, I'm keeping the trash monster back.
Good job.
Ashlyn sighs and flies out. Alright then, let's just keep our eyes peeled.
True sight ho! Whee!
Don't get too far ahead, you
Adventure.
guys. Not all of us can just whiz about above the surface.
But that's what
Everyone
flying is
gives
for.
everyone gives Julius a look and goes, "You're riding your bird." Yeah, sorry, you're riding your bird, boss. Not sure what difference it makes if I'm riding. You say some of a pass.
You can use claw. You could always get claw shoes of the Zephyr, buddy.
Is this
Okay.
anything?
That is a patch of water that doesn't have vegetation on it.
Ooh, let's go look at it.
You go look at it. It looks shiny.
Yeah, stick your face in it.
Shiny.
Stick your face in it. Ask me questions.
Sure, I'm gonna stick my hand in it and see if anything happens.
Stick your hand in the water. It is cold and somewhat slimy.
Ew, good thing I don't get dirty.
The whole lake is actually an ooze. Roll grapple.
Yes, it's a giant black pudding.
I gotta stop giving the DM ideas. I'm gonna shut up.
Maybe a good idea.
I'm totally going to do that to you someday.
I know.
Could I get you three to make Alia, Aishlin, and Inesua to make perception checks? And Nimblin, why not?
Go, Nimblin, go. Where would I put his sheet? There you are.
Alia.
Sure.
Yeah, and this was the perception first when Frog's not around.
That's why I gave her good perception.
Yes.
Alright. You continue dipping your hand in the water just for fun, no doubt, Alia. Inesua
Yay,
perceives
splashy,
the
splashy,
head.
splashy.
And Alia, you hear the splashing of Adelaide stomping through the water, and you hear a louder splash. When you turn back to see what it was, you see Adelaide looking quite distraught, and no Julius.
Oh.
Uh-oh, we lost our midget.
I'm going to send out that alert telepathically.
Okay,
Bad.
Nimblin at that point will roll stealth. He's gonna hop off and use the water as cover. Let's see, what's his stealth like? Ooh, Jesus Christ. Okay, I found what he's good at.
Yeah, I know what he's good at.
Sploosh. Fucking ninja.
Well, he can't be hidden magically. I'd be able to see him. Where'd he go?
The thick ooze, mold, and slime and leaves and vines across the surface of the water keep you from being able to see too deeply, except in, the corners where they haven't grown in.
Well, I don't need to breathe. I'm going to fly under the water and feel around for him.
Nimbl's gonna do the obvious thing and look up.
And Nimblin sees nothing except the odd vine creeping up the walls and the bare cavern ceiling.
Hmm.
A kingfisher got him.
Alia sticks her head under the water and rolls initiative.
This
I-
is fun.
I found the monster with my face. I'm going
Oh.
to send that out telepathically.
Does anyone else roll?
Nope.
She may alert everyone else on
Who did
her
roll?
turn.
Alright. I'm assuming she goes first. She got a 31.
It is vaguely possible these things will beat her.
Alright, let's see. Regardless, we're in there if they do, so. Right.
I found the monster with my face.
Nom nom nom. These tentacles are delicious.
The tentacles love you.
I bet they do.
They want your babies.
Okay, can anybody draw hentai? Because I need this picture.
You do it. I can
No.
draw, but I don't have drive.
No.
I can't draw.
Or no.
I'll send you.
Never ending no.
I'll send you her character sheet. You draw the picture.
Never ending no
Okay,
forever. Okay, now that it beat her, so yes, Aaliyah gets to go first. Followed by Tentacles, then Nimblin.
Surprise round, mover standard only.
As a free action, I'm going to send out the alert. Hey guys, I found the monster with my face.
One is
Monsters.
unsurprised.
Or are the tendrils a part of a bigger thing? Hmm.
Alia, those clusters of tentacles are sticking out from cracks in the bottom of this pool.
Okay, I'm going to assume they're parts of one big thing. What can I do about it?
Excessive amounts of fire.
Stab it.
Well,
Ride Adelaide into the sunset.
I like this plan.
1 sec.
I'm just trying to see what my options are. Yeah, I suppose I could throw an energy ball out over here, so it doesn't hit anybody else.
Actually, a personal suggestion: start flying and just aim death downwards until there's nothing left.
Then I'll hit Adelaide.
I'm assuming I like would run away from the death because tentacles. I don't think tentacles can move or something.
But one of them has Julius too, so if I just start raining
Yeah, we'll just
fire around
resurrect him. Point. I should
Um,
have just been nuking it as you went, honestly.
I'm gonna, as a as a non-action, I'm going to do an appropriate knowledge.
Alrighty. The appropriate knowledge would be nature.
Damn.
Other than being able to see that these things have the same both suckered and barbed tentacles that larger squids and much larger kraken would have, there is not much you can tell.
Okay, just 1 second.
So I suppose if you can see Julius from there, I can make him visible again. And by the way, those three are the ones you can see from where you're dunked under the water.
Oh, I can't see Julius. Okay, I was worried there. What level can I actually push things to again? 23, I think. Yeah, okay. So what's
Also, Grant, if you're watching this, yes, it succeeded on its grapple check. It needed to roll a 12 to do it, but it did it.
Oh, doesn't he have like a freedom of movement constant effect along with everyone in the party besides Varg?
I have freedom of movement. Yeah, I don't know if he does.
I swear I remember everyone deciding as one, let's just get this crap. I can't
I
confirm
think it's
it.
Adelaide that has freedom of movement.
Maybe her, just her, could be. I'm not sure who it's from.
Oh, this Cavalier does have a ring of freedom of movement.
Oh,
There we go, then.
So he's still knocked off, but he is under the water.
Fair enough.
Just 1 second.
Yeah, it just occurred to me because I remember our entire group like collectively deciding that shit was getting old.
Level 5 power for me is 2330. Okay. I'm going to see if this thing has an intelligence score. Mind Crush.
Sure.
I'm totally going to Wild Surge that, spending maximum points. That means I'm spending 18. That means if it does have an intelligence score, the DC is 30, but it gets a +4 to it, so the DC is 26 to avoid dying. And it takes 10d6 points of empathic damage if it succeeds and has an intelligence score.
1 moment.
Mind Crush. Haven't you pulled that one out in a while?
Yes, we've all missed it horribly.
There we go. Could you link me to Psychic Crush?
Yeah, sure. It's right here.
We're trying to show Goth, so
The only, it's telepathy mind affecting. So if you don't have an intelligence score, it can't affect you.
Yep. It seems unaffected.
Ah well, it was worth a shot. That's my standard, so that's my turn.
Alrighty. Everyone else may roll in now.
think I might just whack at it impotently with Sappy, considering how low my power points are running.
Yeah, you might need to take a break and then constant death. We shouldn't be surprised though. What the hell? Even the flora and fauna want to kill us.
Flora Fauna would be an awful name.
I said flora and fauna, but
No, I'm just saying.
oh damn it.
If you do a little girl name that, wouldn't that just be awful?
A little.
They're swimming, apparently.
I'm just using that to indicate which ones are above the surface and which ones aren't.
Okay. This one's teaching me the breaststroke. And the other three are dead. Oh, Emma's got one. I don't think she has freedom of movement. Nope. She has a ring of feather falling.
Just giving them halos so that they can be easily picked out.
Okie doke.
Okay.
Well, we're all gonna die. This was fun.
Yeah, well, Varg will live. See another day. He'll do something interesting, I'm sure.
Varg will live.
Alright.
Honestly, I'm kind of expecting Varg to get to the final boss, come and summon the Odysseus, explode, kill everything, and the end.
Anticlimax to the rescue.
Yes.
Come here. 1 second. I have an intruder.
Now we'll get to the final boss. We'll unlock our final Dragoon forms, and then it'll turn out we're tomatoes.
Well, that makes no difference on the plot at all. I keep playing.
I have an assassin beetle in the room. Come here, dude. Why don't we go outside?
Oh yeah, that's the other tomato surprise I was thinking. With that episode of the Twilight Zone where everybody has pig faces. That's a tomato surprise.
Alright, so Nimblin, you look delicious.
No, you?
Num 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 num.
Okay, I don't know. They would not have one of those rings.
Yeah, doesn't he have freedom of movement?
I don't know, because I'm not the one who gives him his gear, because he buys his own gear. So, no, he does not, and CMD is actually pretty high, but not that high, so no good. He's caught. Okay. What kind of save? Righto.
Ouch.
Let's see. Oh, come on. This saves are crap. So 17 do it.
He is afflicted.
If I lose Nimblin out of this, I'm gonna kill somebody.
I'm sorry I said you were expendable, Nimblin.
Of course, he has no way out of this because his, combat maneuver isn't good at all. Just fucking bring him. I don't know. I'm buying him one if he survives.
He should have taken points in Escape Artist.
He did. It doesn't. Here's the problem though. If you're good at CMDs, like you have a good, like Varg does, no amount of skill is gonna save you. You just don't have enough. There's no way to have enough.
You look delicious.
At this level, you could easily have your Escape Artist up to 30.
That's not going to help you when the goal is 50.
could have it higher with items.
Aishlin, you look delicious.
Thank you.
Let's see. Oh yeah, she had to go fold clothes. So let me I have her sheet.
Yeah, she's red and delicious.
Actually, it's gonna hit though. No, yeah, it's hit. It grabbed. Fort save.
Also, don't forget to apply that damage to Nimblin.
Yep. 26 saver.
26 falls shy.
Alright, she's afflicted by whatever the hell this is.
Pardon me?
And so 26 falls shy for her. She's afflicted by it. And could you do the damage to her? Because I can't see her.
Right.
We're all gonna have crystallizing slime by the end of this. That's fun.
I doubt the entire party's gonna live except Leah, to be honest.
Oh yeah, I can take this thing down eventually. My AC is incredibly high and it can't grapple me, so I can just keep whacking at it.
Or just PowerPoint it, yeah.
Alia, you look delicious. I know it can't grapple you, but if it can hit your CMD, then it can apply damage.
Well, considering my CMD is 40.
Alrighto.
It needs to make a real effort to get at her, unlike everyone else.
Yep. And these two are going. This one's going to try for Adelaide. Ooh, I don't. Ooh, that does succeed.
Oh, that's awful.
Once around, Julius can make a ride check instead of a failed save for Adelaide, and she can use that result instead. And I don't see any reason why he wouldn't at this point.
Forgot to roll that in, sorry.
Okay. His ride is plus 27. Yeah, she saves against it and takes only the damage. 5% magic, so... And, oop, be back in just a second. Okay, so Adelaide will break just the damage, and this last one is at Julius, who can't be grappled, and
That
in this
wouldn't
case
miss.
doesn't even get hit with the tentacles. Okay. Hold on, why did the tentacles leave initially? Set initially? Yep, they were below, so. Okay, and first round dropper, Alia.
Okay,
Back.
You're good.
Welcome back. You are grappled by a horrible tentacle.
Alright, so what wound up happening?
Grappled by a horrible tentacle.
By horrible tentacles, yes.
That's it.
Literally it, yes.
They had their turn in the surprise round, is all that's happened.
I gotcha.
So you can see those icons that indicate above the surface and below. And of course, individual people can only see those that are above or below the surface with them, of course. Right now, the only ones submerged are Alia, Julius, and Nimba. because if he wants to tread water and see above the surface, he needs to actually make a swim check.
I'm not sure what I can do.
I just realized Niblin's fine. Because he can go bamf without having to worry about rolling for a caster check. He just
so can I.
bamfs.
Actually, you know what? Why don't I just ferry people out of this situation?
Yeah, that's what Niblin. Well, actually, Niblin can't bring anyone, so Niblin's just going. Niblin can handle himself.
Hey, Adelaide. You're Beacon Julius, I hope.
She cannot see him below the surface as he
You
is.
could have mental communication with Julius. Julius could just grab the bird. You grab the bird. Bam.
Yeah, but
Julius isn't grappled.
Yeah, I'd have to wait for Julius's turn though. But since I can't be grappled and I can 5-foot step here without making an AOO, and I can cast Fold Space without having to make a check because my charisma's so high.
Alia, you are submersed.
That makes it harder, apparently.
Yes.
Right?
Even if you're flying through the water, it is still difficult terrain.
Okay. Okay, so I just draw AOOs then.
Okay.
Do I still have dodge and mobility? I forget what I did with this build already. No, I do not. Okay. That's fine. What's my... They can't grapple me and my AC is 51, so I think I'll risk it.
Okay. Neither of those land.
Okay. In that case, I need to look up what Fold Space is. I can get us all without surging. Just need to find out how much it costs. And where I'm actually going to port to. Yeah, where should I port to, people?
Where you came.
Yeah, let's go back out to the door then. We'll figure out where to go once we get out of this. So Fold Space costs... Looking 7. Okay. Oh, I never did my innervation rule, sorry. Okay, I'm good.
With a nice psychic rush. Carry on.
Cyan spends 7. And Dimension Door.
Splash.
Okay, so I'm going to have to spend a lot of power points to save everybody else.
Like I said, Niblin can save himself. Messua can probably just honestly float out of there.
Emma. Emma
And
actually has
I think Aisling has Dimension Door, so she could probably just...
She used up all of it.
Yeah.
She used it up for today?
I was actually going to note at one point that I'm not sure if it actually followed through my suggestion or not, but I remember at one point I suggested Dimension Door, and I'd actually already been out of charges at that point. Of, ability to use it.
If it was just wandering about, you still could have gotten buried by Alia.
I gotcha. Wait, how does that have to do with anything if I'm using Dimension Door? If I was using Dimension Door a campaign ago?
No, it's been the whole day since we did the bit with Varg finding out everyone is supposed to be dead.
Yeah, so...
So you should have had your spells refreshed, so you should still have Dimension Doors if you prepared them.
But my familiar died. I can't...
Oh, you can't even prepare spells. Okay, yeah, that's a problem.
You guys haven't spent a night since your familiar died.
And that's the thing I was thinking, too. So, I can't do anything. Yeah, I'm dead.
No, you have the spells you prepared, you just can't prepare new spells.
Well, I know that, but I don't have Dimension Door as far as I can
I'm gonna
see.
pop back.
Actually, yeah, I can do one. I think. Alright, let me just look here. Because I'm pretty sure I ran out of charges, but I see Dimension Door listed as level 4. Maybe I actually cast it, or maybe I forgot to push the
It-
button last time.
Anyway,
Yeah.
it's the tentacle
Looks
strain.
like you still have a dismension door, so yes, you still have a slot of dismension door.
Could I cast Maze on the tentacles and it affect the thing that's below the water?
Presumably,
It's
but the
always
issue with
possible
Maze
to
is that there's
try.
more than one.
Alrighty. Well,
I
wait.
just-
I'm grappled, aren't I? So I can't really cast anything, can I?
You can cast Dimension Door. I checked that math, but Maze is beyond you. I'd suggest just Dimension Dooring out of there. Like, back where you came from, way the fudge over here.
Fudge over places where I can't see. Anyway, let's see.
You don't need to have line of sight for a dimension door.
You've been there, you know it. You were there 2 seconds ago.
Yeah,
Bang.
he means
And
just
what if
back
there's
in the
more
passage
tentacles?
where you were.
Alright,
So
as
on
long
your
as
turn.
it's thing. I just think it's unfair. I think I cheated you guys somehow, but okay.
No. We're trying to stop you from cheating yourself.
How am I cheating myself? I thought I ran out of charges because I casted 3 times or so.
Anyways,
Mm.
you'll need to make a caster level check to cast that while you're in a grapple.
Okay.
So that's
Let's
d20
see.
plus your level plus your casting modifier.
Which is your
Okay.
intelligence. So intelligence modifier is 17. I don't know what the two.
Plus 17 plus.
DC is
Is it plus 29 or is it plus? Oh wait, no. My modifier is plus 9. Yeah.
Yeah, so 9 plus 17.
yes.
All right.
Okay. The
I
DC
think that plays.
is 10 is 33 plus spell level.
Yeah, it's Dimension Door, that's a 3. Dimension Door is 3rd, right?
I believe she has it on her spell slot as 4.
Okay, so she passes.
She does what now?
3, 1, 2, 3. Oh, no, you're wrong. Sorry, I'm wrong. There.
You failed the check by 1. You do not manage to get off the spell.
Dust form. I could cast that next time.
You have to. That's the problem. Every single time you're in a grapple, you have to pass the same check just to cast.
I know. I'm just saying this is what I'm going to next time.
Yep.
Fair
Can I
enough.
cast dust form since it's something of an evasive mover?
You can cast anything you want.
Anyways, there's a small procedural gap here. It's not your turn yet.
Ah. So why was this being brought up?
So you.
We were talking
Damn,
about
I'm
whether
sorry,
or not
it's
it was
just-
possible.
Blah. Ah.
Anyways, before that happens,
Meanwhile, in the past.
yes, no one can see those ones from there, so I'll hide them again. Okay, so the tentacles. Nimblum,
Okay.
Emissua.
He's already got the crystal thing. Does he need to do anything else about that?
No, he doesn't. And Aishlin.
What is the crystallizing slime effect?
You've already rolled against that and failed it. You'll find out what
I
it is
see.
when your turn comes up.
Okay.
Let's see. So that's 15.
And now Emissua is affected by the crystallizing slime.
Actually, yeah, she has DR. I forgot about.
Okay.
Oh, and she has +4 versus poison if that's a poison.
It is not a poison.
Okay. So damage reduction 10.
Okay. Nimblin, you may make your first save against the slime that's covering you.
He's not gonna make it. He has no good saves.
You
Even his
do not.
reflexes, eh.
This turn, your elbows are locked and you're unable to flail about much.
Well, his answer to that is Bamf. You can just do that.
Yeah, do check
mark off
how
the,
much of that you get, because I think you've only got 50 feet a day.
double checking. 8 times 10. So that's 80
Okay.
feet.
80 feet. You have just used
And
7
he
of them.
used 65, I believe.
Yep, that's 7 of them.
Yep, 65. So he just used 65. So yeah. So, well, if he has an extra 5 feet, boom.
Yes.
Might as well. Okay, yeah, he just vanishes over here. No, thank you. None of that for Niblin.
I missed you a fort save.
Okay.
Because Niblin doesn't use magic. He's a shadow dancer.
You saved from it this time. You're not affected this turn, but you will need to make another consecutive save to completely recover from it.
Okay. I forget what, because I don't use monsters a lot, I forget what the rules are for defensive casting for spell likes.
For spell-like abilities,
Yeah.
exactly
She
the same
has,
as spells.
She has greater teleport as a spell like.
Yep. Just be sure to use the caster level of the ability, not her HD or anything.
Okay. So. I need to bring up the Cessatidal thingamajig, sorry.
And if I remember right, spell-like abilities are always treated as charisma-based unless it says otherwise.
Okay.
When you're figuring out your casting modifier.
Okay, so what is your charisma? +3. Greater teleport is what level? Level 7. Okay. So the DC, because I'm grappled, is 15 plus double spell level?
Is 10 plus the grappler's CMB plus spell level.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's going to be too high then, isn't
33
it?
plus spell level.
Okay. So 33, 34, 35, 36. So yeah, that'd be 40 for that. I don't think I can make it since her caster level is 15. And her concentration is actually listed as +18, so yeah.
Yeah.
I can't make it with a max roll. What else do we have? Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna full attack it and try to cut her loose.
Sure.
So full -5 -10 and -15.
Alright, the last one misses. This is...
Did I do her 5 regen? I don't believe I did. Okay. Take that, evil tentacle. Oh, nice. That's actually appreciable damage. Let's do this.
I see. Aislinn, you need to make a fortitude save.
Alrighty.
And then I think her turn was failing a dimension door.
Yeah.
Poopy.
23 is insufficient. In this turn, well, you're grappled right now, so moving and rising from prone is immaterial to you. Your standard action was to attempt to dimension door. Do you have a move action?
Move action? But I can't move.
Well, a move equivalent action, such as getting something out of a backpack.
But she can't move.
Stick out. Oh no, she has a mask on. She can't really make any faces like Lila can.
She can, just no one can.
I'm gonna lick the inside of my mask out of spite. That probably would suffice.
Alrighty.
I honestly can't. She doesn't really have anything, and
Big mouth of swamp water.
Alia.
Bye. I can't. I don't have vision revealed here.
Yes, you do. There is a thick vine blocking your sight to the other side.
Oh. That is the edge of her, right?
What is? No, that is the edge of the tentacles token.
Okay.
Feel free to grab hold of it.
Oh, but it's probably colossal. I can't take it with a dimension door. Actually, it would have to be willing anyway. Oh. Oh, well, I'll just have to, I'm going to appear above the water then. Hi, Tentacle. I'm looking for Aislinn. Have you seen her?
Ashlyn. She'd correct angrily.
I haven't seen anyone by that name.
Are you trying to eat her right now?
No.
Gonna
Come
rape
on, you
me.
Tentacle. You spit her out. That's bad for you. Anyway.
No.
Holding space ends your turn, so I'm done.
Alrighty.
Well, for once it wasn't me screwing up that caused this. It was the fact that Julia said to wade through the water.
Right, so it was probably inevitable.
Okay.
Yeah, knocked
The one
Julius off
on
while he was...
Imesua is going to attempt to pin her. No, wait,
yeah.
is she one of the ones with freedom of movement?
No, she doesn't have freedom of movement.
No, she doesn't. Okay, so
I
he's going to
couldn't
attempt to pin her. So,
her CMD, according to this, is 41.
she is no longer grappled.
How does she have a higher CMD than me?
By the power of reasons.
This one that's just above the surface right beside you, Alia, is going to attempt to grab at you. To no avail.
You suck, Tentacle.
And these ones over here holding Aislinn are going to attempt to pin her by dragging her under the surface. course, they're the ones having success.
Yes, Ashlyn is such a pansy when it comes to this.
You know, I just realized we don't have one running in the hangout.
Big card?
I was just going to look at it in the hangout to see where Aislinn is, because my character should be able to see her. But it's not up.
Yeah, just difficulties arranging it tonight, but we still
That's
have the recording going.
No, it's okay. I just went to see. It's like,
Yep.
Fortunately, Ashlyn can breathe underwater, so there's no worry about suffocation.
But can she breathe in space?
Probably.
I can.
Good. There's some damage. There is some damage for you, Ashlyn.
All right.
I have endure elements, so I can survive. So I can survive in space too.
And you are now pinned underwater.
This can only get better.
Literally, the only place to go is up from here.
Or there's some sort of mouth down there.
Nimble, 2 of the groups of tentacles have burst above the surface and are reaching for you.
Niblin would like to flail dramatically, but his arms are locked, so he can't.
Run
Oh,
backwards.
right. Fortitude save.
And he's back at the take.
Roll
He's got a
backwards.
+9. What's he going to do with a +9?
Roll a natural 20, I should certainly hope. Anyways, due to crystallizing slime, you cannot attack or you do anything else with your arms.
So he can't move, or just the arms?
Just the arms.
So he can move.
Yep.
Cool, I'm going to roll acrobatics, something he's good at.
Your knees and hips are not held in place, but your shoulders and elbows are.
That's not the part he cares about. He's trying to not take an AOO as he runs the fudgel hay. Say 36, let him dodge roll this direction. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Ooh. Niblin runs like a coward.
As well he should. Emesua, fort save. And that is a fail. You can't do shit this turn.
Duh.
Make whale noises and sing to it. Maybe it will fall in love with you and let you go.
Well, actually, I was actually planning on that. Emma has true speech and constant speak with animals, so she's going to try to talk to it.
That is wonderful.
She gets no response.
How are you?
Why eat me? Come up with something better. Maybe you could hunt for it. Make it appeal.
I need to find Nemo. No. I'm
Aislinn, now dragged under the surface, you can see the entirety of this thing, from where it's holding you to where it disappears into cracks in the bottom of the pool. I recommend you make a nature check,
Alright.
and then make your fort save.
Obviously, thinking comes before reflexes. Let's see.
Actually, what you're trying to do is prevent the slime from hardening around your joints and keeping you from moving.
Right.
If I was really cruel, I would have made it a strength check, not a fort save.
It's perfectly fine. Except maybe not that.
Aislinn, this is quite clearly a plant. A carnivorous one. It is going to try and grab you and pull you, cracking bones and all, into those cracks where it may eat you.
Isn't nature wonderful? Let's just...
Everyone agrees. It's also wonderful when you're really far away watching it. Possibly flying.
Anyway.
Look at this beauty. This here's a carnivorous plant.
I'm like a stick in the thumb.
So, you may make a fort save to determine what you're going to be able to do this turn.
Alright. Fort. Okay. Please be a good roll. Nope.
It's not good enough. You cannot use your arms this turn.
Can I kick it? And try to headbutt it with my crown thingy?
You could certainly try to break free by making a combat maneuver, but I'm going to hint to you that its CMD is fairly high.
And my CMD is fairly...
You have a plus
not.
8, and with that plus 8, you need to beat a 53.
Quick, lend me your strength. Alright then.
I recommend you attempt to cast a spell that does not have somatic components.
Could I just
Very
cast
few
my
of those
feet?
exist.
Let's see. Is there a way to actually have a feat to cast with your legs or feet or something, like be that
Oh,
dexterous?
there's ways to have not somatic components, but not with your feet, no.
There's things like Still Spell that lets you cast without somatic,
I see.
Or being a scion.
or being a
Yeah.
scion. You just cheat.
Alright.
Hardly. They give a lot up for that.
It's a plant.
Oh, and this water tastes horrible.
I could determine that.
Okay.
Yes, thank you for clarifying that.
Is hey, by the way, is the water mixed with like any sort of like acidic digestive juices or something?
Not that you can feel.
What if it's a neurotoxin?
So far, the only detrimental effects you have suffered from being in contact with this thing is the slime that it's exuding that crystallizes around anything that doesn't keep moving.
I see. Well, it's going to take me a few minutes to actually sort through which spells can do what, as far as components, so...
In that case, I'm going to go heat up my supper. And when you reach
Okay,
the
you
end
may
of
do
your
that.
list, just tell Brad to go ahead with his turn.
Alright. If anybody would like to help us speed this up, that would be nice.
If only we had defoliate.
Let's see. I think at one point I had blight.
Or horrid wilting.
Yeah, I don't have any of those things. Chris told me that plant spells are too specialized.
Horrid wilting works on non-plants. It's a good one to have, but I don't think witches get it.
Well, I could probably buy it later on. Would be a good idea.
Yeah, horrid wilting sucks the moisture out of any living thing in an area, so it...
Actually, yeah, that was an option for a witch spell.
Okay.
I did look through that.
The other one made your own list the second time, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Bleh. Well, you kind of were helping
You
me.
asked for my advice when you were building it. I gave my advice. I said it was an okay spell, but not one I'd pick. That's your problem.
You're the person that does all this experience stuff.
I didn't think you'd run into plants. Your turn. Do something.
You just got off of killing leshies. Plants are...
ketchup.
I can't. That's a... Wait, can we actually cross over characters? Because I think that's another... I think that'd be like an alternate dimension spell or something.
I cast different dimension capsule.
Come on. That'd be wonderful, though. Of course, a lot of what the fuck, but still. Let's see. Okay. I could cast. Oh wait, no. It's actually 9 lives would be something. It doesn't seem to have any components, and it only takes 1 standard action to cast.
Components unknown. What?
The power.
And yeah.
Who knows what makes it possible? Oh, cool. That's actually really handy if you can pull it off, because it lets you just instantly say, screw you, to the grapple.
Do you have it
Mm-hmm.
prepared?
Yeah,
Yes,
she
I
does.
do.
Okay.
Here we go.
There we go. Or
It's
let
not
me
gonna be
see
easy to pull off.
ways of. I don't think ways of ecstasy would do anything but provoke it.
Please don't use that spell while surrounded by tentacles, ever.
Yeah, the only problem is it's you're still grappled and it's a level 8 spell. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's doesn't have somatic components, right?
It doesn't. It has unknown components.
Unknown components. The power of imagination.
Oh, go ahead and use it, I suppose.
Oh, it's my
Unknown's
turn.
not somatic.
All right.
So cast it. You're free, presumably free. You have move
Wait,
action
Yeah.
somewhere else.
What does it say? Shimmy out. The target uses this ability when it's grappled or pinned.
Yep,
And
it
you
just.
can keep using it too. That's awesome.
Mhm.
All right. I'm gonna run off now.
One
Skadoodle.
move
Abscond.
Okay, well that saves me some power points. I need to fly in. I need to fly over and save Emma then.
Components unknown. How do you cast it then?
It's the power of belief and disbelief. It's like orc.
I don't
Okay,
know.
I'll believe
Yeah,
that.
it should really say components none if that's how it works.
Well, unknown probably means that they haven't come up with an adequate thing, just like how they had curse as an unknown type in Pokemon before they shifted it over to ghost.
Fine. I don't know. It just seems
What's a ghost?
weird.
I'm talking the Pokemon games. Curse was an unknown type move, but
Oh yeah,
in
it was typeless.
recent generations it was,
Made a
shifted
ghost
over.
move.
Yeah, they've phased out typeless moves.
Mostly because people were breaking the game with that one god Pokemon.
All moves have a type now.
You're just trying to classify us all, man.
I remember how I like how people say the first generation was the best, even though having any psychic Pokemon meant you could walk through the whole game because it wasn't weak against anything. That's character balance.
Balls.
Alright, so, Ashley, what's up?
I cast 9 lives and skadoodled.
9
Back.
lives.
Yes.
Yeah, we were just discussing how 9 lives is the silliest thing we've ever seen because its casting components, somatic and so on, are unknown. It literally says components unknown
She lashes out with unknown power.
and escapes because one of its abilities lets you just escape grapples.
Ah, okay, it's from Advanced Race Guide. So,
Yeah, but-
they forgot to list it in the book, so the editors of PFSRD have written unknown.
I like to think that she lashed out with unknown power.
She pretended she was a cat for a few minutes.
Lols.
She's
Mew
like
Mew
the
power.
She
She's
doesn't
like the
look like a
Pokemon
small
unknown.
eyeball with a tooting fork attached at all.
But sometimes she's shaped like the letter A.
Oh god.
YMCA. Oh,
We're all
wonderful.
upset.
Now I'm having that impression.
There's 26
That is
of them.
actually a fairly cool spell.
Yes, it is.
And I think it's fair enough for a level 8 spell. So.
Yeah.
Fair enough. You've escaped. Yay!
It lasts an hour per level, and you can use any of those ability 9 times. That's great.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not entirely broken.
Mm-hmm. Especially since most of them only counter status effects.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty then. I'm certainly going to rule, though, that if components are unknown, I'm going to assume it involves one of each.
Aw.
Just in case we see more of those in the future.
Can this one though be semanticless?
For the moment, this can be vocal only.
Alrighty.
9 lives is vocal. You can always just make a list. I'll keep that consistent if you want to. If more of these come up.
Okay, so my roleplay didn't do anything.
No, your play was good.
Okay. Alright.
It counts. You're free.
Alrighty. So you cast that and then got the buggery out of there.
Yeah.
Could you please show me the path that you traversed?
Let me see.
If where were you? Then go from there.
I was over there,
You were in its grip. Right.
and then I broke it, and then I went around.
Yeah, use
how
the
fast can you
space bar
move?
to draw out the pathways, because you only have your fly speed.
Oh.
Drag spacebar when you turn.
I see. Okay.
Spacebar. Right. You gotta press.
I did.
No. What you did was point and then move your token. What I mean is start to drag your token and then tap the spacebar to create waypoints as you go.
Okay.
And then just hold on to the token at the end of it so that I can.
Well,
Right.
more curved than that, but
All right, but you've got a fly speed of 80.
yes. I believe.
It's from Wings of Flying, so however fast those go.
Checking.
I put Wings of Flying on her corset. I checked, so it took a minute to figure out exactly where all the money was coming from and so on, but I figured it out. I think Wings of Flying are either
Fly
50.
speed of 60 feet.
Okay, so you're 10 short. So where are you right now? Someone do the arrow on the map. Like, go back to where you originally were so I can see if I remember.
You can get as far as here if you don't want to suffer any attacks of opportunity.
Alright, that works. She'll just yell in disgust that that's what happened.
If another one hits you, you'll just use another charge.
Yep.
Okay.
Took some damage, but...
Oh, yeah. You hear a great amount of motion on the other side of this large vine, and you hear Aishlin cussing.
Yeah, okay, works for me. I'm coming, Emma. They can take their AOs if they want.
I can't help thinking that if Varg was here, he'd just be in the middle of this huge swarm of tentacles just kicking the shit out of him.
Yes, who the plus I'm still here.
Come
Okay,
on, Emma.
okay, looks like they both swished.
Poof.
Down.
Well, let's be more careful when crossing that next time.
You're one to talk. Stick your face in it. Always a good idea.
Hey, I found the monster, didn't I?
Fun times in Tentacle Land. Oh, that's nice.
Fail.
Herb
Epic
derp.
fail.
I've got your back!
Of course you do.
What is Varg doing in the midst of all this anyway?
Flying up the mountain, I assume.
I'll let you know after we finish this.
Meanwhile, Varg has conquered the entire realm of Earth and is really done with an army.
Oh crap, there's a fungus man we left alive. This is just getting worse.
Yeah,
Dimblin
Julius can
ran
take
through
him.
the patch.
Oh, Emma. Anybody hurt? Just Iceland. Yeah, she's gonna delay her turn till after Ashlyn.
Hold on a second. I forgot something. Dimblin, get back where you were.
Okay. What's wrong? Okay.
Well, there was the possibility of rolling 1 or 3 there.
Oh yeah, right. She needs to
And
make a fort.
Emma, what say? She passes, and she is now no longer affected.
Awesome. I don't believe I've done her regen for this round either.
Possibly. No, not yet.
Okay. After all that bookkeeping stuff happened, she's gonna delay her turn till after Ashlyn.
Just book it. They're gonna swing at you no matter what you do. Run like a silly. Straight down.
And if they hit you, worst case, you have to burn 2 more escape grapples.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So I can't just like go over here.
No, they're gonna hit you.
Yeah, I'm not sure what their
hold on.
reach is.
Before we can even do that, actually, you need to make a fort save.
Eh.
That's what I said.
Nope. Ah.
Okay.
Unfortunately,
You cannot do
flying
anything.
is moving.
Plunk. Into the water I go.
Well, you're already in the water. Sort of.
Well,
Do wings
You
of
never
flying?
rose. You just sort of hovered forward.
Actually, that depends. Do wings of flying count as magical flight or as actual wings?
They count as magical despite being actual wings. It's weird.
Okay. Yeah. If it's magical flight, you stay floating.
Can she
well,
move with
that's
magical
nice.
flight?
If it's wings, you crash and burn.
Well,
No, they're
here's the thing,
wings.
it grows you wings, but it counts as magical flight.
If it
And
counts
power
as
her to fly with a speed of 60 feet, average maneuverability. The fly
Yeah,
spell is perfect maneuverability.
unless it says it acts as a spell, it doesn't.
Alright, I don't want to know.
Yeah, she crashes and burns then.
You splash on the surface, fighting off the crystalline wrappings.
Do I just walk off?
Well, you can't do anything this turn. Basically, the crystal stuff screws you, so.
Don't worry, I'm coming to rescue the lot of you.
Without Varg, this falls apart.
Oh, hold on. Emeshua wanted to delay till after Ashlyn.
She'll delay till after me now.
You cannot delay twice in a row.
Oh, okay.
So we're in stab one for the yucks. Oh, wait, they've reached. Never mind.
Anybody damaged?
Julius, not enough to write home about. Ditto for Adelaide.
Yeah, she'll pass then.
Okay. Alia.
Hey, dudes. I know you want to take your AOs.
You can't roll above a 13 when it comes to you.
Bye. Poof.
I hate you. Dearly.
Everyone does. You're truly a part of the group.
At least she can fix her own problems.
Julius caused this one for the record.
You stuck your face in it.
Well,
I
Julius
think
technically
it's
got
okay.
nabbed because he
Yeah.
can't fly like everyone else.
I stuck my face in it to find Julius.
Unless
I
you
still
guys,
blame
unless
you.
you guys go swimming or within 10 feet of the surface of that water again, which you must with the heights of the ceilings here. Those things cannot leave the water to get you.
That's wonderful.
Okay.
Well, I guess we just camp and observe the beautiful scenery as they try to lash at us futilely.
I wish I could prepare the fly spell, because that would be so useful right now.
Yes, please.
Not with the ceiling height from what Tiagshi said.
Well, now you guys were able to hover over and not get bothered, so then
But I got bothered and I was flying.
you weren't flying very high.
Well,
She couldn't have flown any higher, is my point.
Oh. Okay, never mind. Yeah, that wouldn't help at all.
If only I had Baleful Teleport.
Spell manager.
I don't think Defoliate would actually work in this particular situation.
Could I cast maze on it?
Nothing's stopping you.
Alrighty, let's cast maze on those tentacles and try to affect the entire creature.
Yeah, it's not a size doesn't affect anything.
After all, we got the T-Rex, and then it was intelligent enough to break out.
Bam, back on its own, yes. I have solved the maze. Bam. Hi!
He totally had a monocle before he died. Totally a monocle. He was a stir.
Yeah, and saving throw none. So yeah, if that is indeed all one creature, it's gone for now. We can run past.
So, Tiagshi, what is the result?
Just a moment.
No, it's just scram. No sightseeing, nothing.
But I want to stick my face back in it.
Go make out with it later. We somewhat have priorities.
But I
Better
don't
than your
agree that I can't get dirty.
Well, me neither, but keep your feudal, sex-deprived, hormonal self to yourself.
Anyways, you,
For once, this had nothing to do with sex.
Then why were you sticking your face in the tentacles?
I was looking for Julius.
So you say.
So I could stick my face in his tentacle.
Oh, lovely, lovely interactions.
you spitefully hurl a spell at it. And the tentacles you can see disappear. And you can also hear a horrible gurgling sound.
Oh yeah, go stick your face in it.
Go and how about you go check it out?
I'm guessing that would be the water draining into the spaces the plant was in.
After about 3 or 4 minutes, the whole basin that you guys can see has drained completely of water into the cracks in the floor.
Okay, so when it starts rising again, we know it's back. Let's run for it.
Whee! Alright, it's in this direction. Is there a thing this way? Or this way? Or this way? Exit. Fast.
Anyway.
Okay, this
I'm
thing this way.
Adelaide. Wait until I'm sitting in the saddle before you take off like that.
Okay, so directions. Let's go in one.
It appears to just be a cul-de-sac in the watery cave over here.
As for over here,
As for the 2 paths to the south, you won't know until you go look.
well, I am looking.
Okay, we're gonna have to go this way then. Oh, sorry, I'm on you.
And there's things. Oh yes, there's path. Yay!
There's a path
On the
onto
exit.
dry land and a mysterious wall that's not supposed to be there.
I'm going to send out the alert telepathically. Actually, everybody has to be within 100 feet to hear it, so... Anybody who's within 100 feet hears me telling them to come this way.
Fair enough.
Alright. You find yourselves into a series of passages that I'm not going to bother bringing too much drama on you. They emerge upon a wide and running river. However,
Hi, River, are you a dragon?
Now she's going to ask every body of water we come across on this entire plane to exist, whether or not it's direct.
It's rather intelligent of her.
someday
Yeah.
it will be one. You have to give her that. You know that one of these bodies of water is going to be.
Sooner or
Anyways,
later, she will be right.
you can also see a crack of light coming through the ceiling a ways upstream.
Well, we are trying to go up. That seems the place.
Yep. Should we make sure that in some fashion that the water does not contain a water dragon?
Yeah. I'm going to hurl a piece of chalk into it.
It dissolves and pollutes the stream downstream.
I think we're good as long as villagers don't live down there.
It's all fine.
I gotta mark off a piece of chalk. I never use that stuff.
People.
Do I have chalk? There's my chalkboard, my chalk... Rice paper. I have 8 pieces of chalk now. Okay, moving on.
Could you use one to prevent the wagon rolling back?
It depends on the size of the wagon, I assume.
I suppose you can only do so much with a small piece of chalk. Anyways, as usual, you three have left the non-flyers behind.
Yep, it's their problem. Learn to fly.
Oi!
Loin to floy. Coiba.
Emblem gives you a to look. Size, climbs aboard. Yeah. I'm not getting in the water again.
Ashlyn firmly just wants to get out of here now because it's annoying.
Anyway, there is a crack of light coming through up above you. You could follow the river, but you're going to have to rely on Julius, Adelaide, and Nimblin swimming upstream behind you.
Swimming? You mean Adelaide swimming? Because they're riding the bird.
Well, my true sight tells me that there's a path over here, so I'll telepathically guide them there.
Actually, if Nimblin can get on top of Isma again, he'll just, do what he did before. Where are you guys?
There we go.
All the way over here.
Alright, there you go. He will just ride Isma and ask for some healing.
Did he get hit?
That bit, yeah.
She has 7 a day cure serious, I believe.
1.
Just a second, and just double check. Display spells and powers. Yeah, cure serious, which is 3d8 plus 15. Cure serious breaks at 10. I'll just double check where that stops. And in the meantime, It maxes out at 15. Okay. 3d8 plus 15 coming to Nimblin then.
Yay!
Wow.
1, 1, 2.
Another one would be okay, but you don't have to.
Yeah, I'll throw that out for you.
Thank you.
Throwing out is what you should have done with that last roll, really.
And Aisling can focus herself with the wand, I guess.
Yeah, I was thinking of that.
That's better.
Yeah, that's much better. Yep. He's up to full, you said. Yeah, go ahead and use charges, Aisling, if you want to heal yourself at any point.
Well, considering she's on 98 of 140, maybe a good idea.
I'll
It's
I'll
just
slap you
3d8
with,
plus 5.
I'll slap her with a lay on hands too. That's pretty much free.
Alright, good.
Just a sec. So, where are you, lay on hands? 8d6, 11 per day. Okay. So here you go. There. It's
Thank you
25 free
very
healing for
much.
you. You're welcome. Yeah, those are pretty much free. So.
Cool, cool.
You want another one?
Sure, that would be wonderful.
Sure. Got another 6 of those for the day.
There he is.
Much better.
Hi, sorry, I got moved.
Don't worry.
As nice as the wands are, you should save them for when we don't have more resources to spend.
Alright. So, which way are you guys headed?
Ashlyn considers callously leaving people behind for an easier route.
Let's fly out to the north.
But then that would leave them behind.
Which
and she
direction
would get
does the water
criticized for
flow?
that.
It flows south on this map.
Well, Niblin points out north is where you need to go, because where the water flows is where the temple is. Flows from.
Yeah, but we saw daylight from here, so we can leave and go up
No.
the side of the mountain.
In the ceiling. Not from this passage, but from a crack above you.
Oh. Well, I'm going to fly up and examine that.
Between the roof of this cave and the surface seems to be about 130 feet. But as you emerge on the surface along a short chasm, you see that you've made some distance uphill, but it's really hard to measure how far without any good landmarks.
I guess we gotta try to climb the river then.
Yeah, climb river.
Can we see the temple at the top yet?
You've been able to see the temple the whole time.
Does it look bigger?
Vaguely, yes.
Oh. Should have hired some Sherpas.
They would have been
That I could sleep and they could carry me up. Okay, I'll shimmy back down and then we'll figure out where we're going.
Alrighty. Meanwhile, about 3 miles to, if you're looking straight down on the mountain, counterclockwise, and a couple miles uphill, Guard the Air Elemental continues to fly hike his way up the surface of the mountain.
Well, Varg does have a little chore he needs to accomplish, if that's the right word for this. He is going to keep an eye out for a safe spot, like to land and transform out of this form, and preferably a nice, like slabs of stone. Like not big ones, like something you could carry.
Okay.
He's gonna write his God's commandments on them.
Thou shall kill a lot.
Right. You want to find
Sorry,
you want to find not shale, but pre-fragmented granite of a given size range. So make me a knowledge geography.
Okie dokie. It's a 9. He honestly doesn't care what kind of stone it is. It needs to be a certain size.
Behold the mighty geode.
I mean, if he can find something that's close to the size he needs, he'll break it in half if he needs to.
All right. What is the size you're after?
Tablet sized, maybe a bit bigger. You know, nothing gigantic. It has to be decently easy to carry, like you put over your back.
There's not much in terms of loose stone of those sizes, except in shale, and, well, if you've ever handled shale.
Do I see anything that looks like it, or something I could use to break down to the size I need?
What tools?
Preferably flat, you know, slabs of stone.
What tools do you have?
A strength score of 32.
That's not very accurate.
And all the time in the known universe.
Do you have profession mason?
No.
Yeah, that's where I was about to go. You are free to land, make a sort of rude camp, and spend a day and a craft check trying to make an appropriate slab.
Well, he doesn't technically have infinity time, but he's not going to do that. I need to check something. As far.
Alright, I'll be right back real quick.
Okay.
Don't you have shaped stone prepared?
He's a druid, yes, he's not crazy.
Don't you have channel
Yeah,
gift?
Yeah, don't you have channel the gift? Channel the gift for shaped stone.
Alright, fair enough.
I know it's one of the few level 3 spells you prepared.
Yes, I know. There, channel the gift, shaped stone, he now has a tablet.
Alrighty, you have yourself a limestone tablet.
Good for him. Now, excuse me, I need to type something.
Magic.
Here lies
yeah.
a liar. No. Scratch. Here lies.
Yeah. Magic. Doing something in a standard action that it takes you a day to do with mundane tools. I bet people who actually take ranks in profession Mason are kicking themselves. I could have went to the Wizards Academy and then I'd be an even better carpenter. Wall of stone. There, I've made a house. Secure shelter, permanency. I've solved the homeless problem. Wizardry decks. Wall of adamantine. I've solved our town's money problems.
No, you haven't. We still need to break it apart. This is going to take us decades.
Shatter.
And then he's going to tuck that in his pack. Make a mental note to shove that down Jublix's throat. Arcs
What
are on top
language
of
have
this
you
mountain.
carved that in?
Common. Just common.
He
Everyone knows
can't
common.
spell their names. That's awesome.
No, he can't. He never learned how. So he's always just pronounced it away and never seen it wrote, so just guessing.
Okay.
So he's going, like I said, he's going to tuck that away in his pack or go it over his shoulder wherever he needs. Put a note to either shove this on Jublix's corpse or shove it on the corpse of his freaking ruined temple thing.
Yeah.
Hike up his pants, turn back into air elemental, and crack his knuckles on the way there.
Okay.
I'm coming
Plant
for you,
this
Lavos.
This guy's on a god's corpse.
Would you mind making me a stealth check?
Sure.
Not that you're good at it, just that you do have to be kind of trying to avoid notice.
20 total.
Okay. You continue to not draw the attention of, or at least not manage to evade any attention you get from dragons.
Yay.
Also, I need you to make me a, not perception, because it's not exactly to do with vision, but survival, because it's kind of about finding your way in unfamiliar territory.
Alright. He's just going up the mountain. There's not much to it.
But what you're trying to determine is how efficiently are you going straight up the mountain, and are you getting, how far do you have left to go?
Aim for the temple, which you can vaguely see in the distance. Keep going in that direction. If it slides to left or right, correct your distance.
Yes. Anyways, the sky is beginning to get dark. You suspect you have covered half of the distance that you had to do from this morning.
Good enough. He's going to try and find a place to rest, like, a cave of some kind. Crack in the earth or something.
Alrighty.
You can honestly spend the entire night as a small mole underground if he needs to. He'd just like to avoid that.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty.
Perception?
You find a small cave. Perception.
Alrighty. Is it still... Yes, it is. Good. Nat 20.
It is occupied. You leave this small cave that contained the water dragon.
Sorry. Tips his air hat.
You find
Another one.
You find another cave before it gets too dark out.
Is this one occupied?
Perception.
44.
It does not appear to be occupied.
Is there any pools of water?
There's no pools of water. No, there's some flowering plants near the entrance to the cave, but inside
Kind of
there's
plants.
just some lichen on the cave floor and some small bulls that flee for cover.
He pokes the lichen.
The lichen does not poke you back.
Okay, no offense to that. He's gonna make sure, like, he's gonna take a 20 on this to make sure this place has no other occupants, nor has had any recently.
Nature check.
And not my best one, but better than the others. That's a 2.
It appears that the only inhabitants were the small voles that ran for cover when you came in.
Alright, here's what I'm gonna do. If there's any large rocks you can sleep near or behind, so whatever enters the cave, if anything like sticks its head in, won't see him. He will.
Cave's only about 6 meters deep.
Alright, he'll just go to a quiet spot. Sleep with one eye open, otherwise sleep.
Alrighty. Make me a perception check.
45.
Alright. And a fort save.
It's like 37.
You do fine. You wake up sort of sweating as though you woke up from a nightmare. And as you try to lift yourself up from the floor, you feel like you're glued to the floor on all surfaces you were laying on. After a few moments, though, you pull loose, and you can feel some of the moss has grown into your skin and is starting to entangle itself with you.
Boys, I set it on fire. I have flint and tinder. I don't really give a like. I'm not gonna make a big, huge bonfire. Depending, I mean, how spread out is this stuff?
The moss is too damp to light.
Is it too damp to rip into tiny shreds and stomp on?
It is only, centimeters thick.
All right, he's got a point of scraping it off anywhere near him. Scrape it off the wall. If I scrape it all off, fuck, all of it, gone. He's gonna hurl it outside. Let me give it the finger.
You shovel out several square meters of moss from the cavern floor out the cave entrance where it rolls.
He is a
down
druid, so he
the-
tells it in no-nonsense tones. Do it again, and I'm casting Wither. He doubts he can understand it, but he hopes he gets the tone.
Don't lizard men only have 3 fingers?
No, they have 4, I believe. 4 fingers and a thumb. No, sorry, 3 fingers and a thumb.
Which one's the middle one?
The middle one. Still the same finger.
Yeah, but what if you lost? What if it was this finger that they didn't have? Then
You just use that one.
yes.
Either way, it's the middle one.
Anyways, you go back to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
All
Again,
right.
one eye open.
Yep. Perception.
I swear to God. 39.
You wake up in the morning feeling hearty and hale and hungry, undisturbed by moss or other dangers.
Those voles still around or hiding in their holes?
You can smell them, but you can't see them.
Not worth the time to hunt. I'll eat some of my rations and move on.
Righto.
Back into flying form and straight to the way I go. Varg is a blood person. Subtlety escapes him.
Meanwhile, 12 hours ago,
Meanwhile, in the past.
Again.
I have shimmied down and we're trying to figure out where we're going next.
Yep.
Nimblin, what do you think?
I think you're all crazy.
What? I am not crazy. What do you think, Talking Stick and Talking Bee?
how many
You're
little
especially
dude?
crazy.
I mean, look at where you brought us, miss. Boss. Ma'am. Ma'am.
You.
I like you, Talking Stick that grows a face.
I have seen things that sticks were not meant to see in the past couple days. This is all craziness to me.
Sticks weren't meant to see anything, buddy.
I fail to see the contradiction.
Okay, what do you think, Talking Bee? You are totally worth a feat, thank you.
Evan shakes his head. Listen, The only problem we have is that Julius and Adley can't fly, so make them fly.
Well, my bee has a lifting. My bee can lift 18 pounds.
They're not weigh that much. So your two magic types don't even have a lick of flying magic between you.
I used mine to make me fly.
Well, in that case, as long as this here cave goes along the same path as the water, I don't see the problem with going in the cave path. Because last time we took the water, well, let's not do that ever again.
I'm just checking
I'm
actually spell list here.
I mean, I could just ride a miss or whatever, but, you know.
actually there is. I could use bend realities. I think there is a flight magic in it. Just a sec.
Ah,
Scion magic. I just need to get to the Scion Wilder list. Scion Wilder. Yeah, a 6th level Scion Wilder spell, huh? Let's see. Oh, it's personal. That's not helpful. Let's try the discipline lists. Oh, there's a level 4 psychoportation spell called Flight. Let's see how useful that is.
As
That's
being
also
personal,
personal
is
you.
rude.
Yeah, that's also personal you. Give them ectoplasmic form. Only lasts for 18 minutes though.
That would be a bit
Fly speed
expensive.
20 feet. Yes.
yeah.
One of them. Metamorphosis gives different. Oh, fly speed of 20 feet poor. Okay. I think I can do egoist. I just need to get to bend reality and see what level discipline powers I can do. Okay,
I will
metamorphosis
be
is
right
also
back.
personal you though. Yep. Oh. Yeah, I don't. Hmm. Yeah, I got no way of giving people flight.
Gotcha. In that case, there is another consideration that you guys may need to be worrying about. As soon as Ashlyn is with us, she can explicate it.
suppose I can cast float on people and make them float.
Yeah, I'll come down here.
You're buoyant. Take that. I believe I actually have that as one of my things. So I think that's one of my talents. Yep. Float. Give somebody a swim speed of 5. So useless. Oh. And it lasts 1 round per level. You can totally get 18 5-foot squares.
And Georgie ain't back yet, is she?
Nope.
You?
Okay, so what did I miss?
We've just been contemplating what we can do from here. Alia does not appear to have any powers that can give other people flight.
I can give me all kinds of flight.
And I had just mentioned to them that once you're back, there is a concern that Aishlin will want to bring up with the group fairly soon.
Fairly soon, hinting right now.
There doesn't seem to be anything else going on, yes?
Well, Ashlyn mentions the fact that her familiar is dead.
Hello.
She could, and basically her options when it came to the fact that now she has a Paracletus Aeon's soul inhabiting her body. She's mentions getting a new familiar and soul bind or magic jarring the better wording and explanation you can imagine, because
She needs
I
to
didn't
bond
actually.
herself to a new familiar. Preferably
Pretty much
before
that's
dawn.
what I meant.
We
Yes.
should have used the carnivorous plant. What were we thinking?
Oh, goodness gracious. That would.
Well, it's probably back by now.
Yes, let's go back and harass it. That sounds like a plan. Nothing bad
Could
can
it
come
actually
of that.
be her familiar?
No, it
It's
couldn't.
too big.
I was going to say. I thought there was a limitation.
Yes, there is.
Yeah, I guess you're limited
believe
to
I
the
gave
approved
you
familiar list. Yes.
I believe I gave you a number of options to recover from it. Let me just search my email here.
Mm-hmm. We considered a void worm,
Doc
but
Sappy,
then you
don't use him.
suggested. But capturing from the natural ecosystem and everything. I thought we were going to leave up to you.
Baby water dragon. Baby water
If
dragon.
you end up simply sitting down and going into a ritual to attract something to you, then yes, I'm going to roll randomly from amongst the local wildlife. If you have your teammates help you trap something specific, then you can have that something specific.
Actually, the something specific, since it would grant me a shape-shifting ability, could possibly actually help this situation. But whether or not you guys would all like to, though you have nothing better to do.
I think I have something that lets you call things from other planes. I just forget what it's called.
I looked for a gate equivalent psion power and couldn't find one.
That's why I was thinking that ecosystem was the only option.
Yeah, that's right. Just planar travel.
And the void worm is, because it's proteum and therefore will exist on this plane, it is on the chart of creatures that you might attract, or you could go hunting for it.
Well, who wants to go hunt a void worm for me and waste time?
If only it's too bad I don't have enough to do a reality revision, because then I could reality revision to do Genesis and create a demi-plane that has the animal you want in it.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, well.
So you guys could
If
go
I had the money,
gallivanting.
I wouldn't
Keep
be
going.
Wilder anymore. But don't have it on me.
Mm-hmm.
Doopa doopa derpa doop.
So, Brad, Chris, Aislinn has asked her fellow party members if they would be willing to help her catch a new creature suitable to turn into her familiar. As she is kind of useless to you guys without the majority of her spellcasting abilities, it might be a good thing to do today.
In that case, I say no.
Of course.
Emily goes, I got you, girl. Reaches into his cloak, pulls out a shadow squid, and throws it in her face.
It has to be a real creature.
Yeah.
She didn't say any qualifications. He just asked for an animal. There you go.
Yeah, that Nimblin would.
I wish
Though
Demetrio
Niblin's
was here.
also friends with a druid, he would probably know a bit things about familiars.
No, he wouldn't know
So
a
he's
darn
just an
thing.
ass.
He wouldn't know a darn thing because Varg doesn't have one, and he's never talked about getting one. As far as
Well,
Nimblin is
what if
aware,
Nimblin's
Nimblin
his
is
familiar?
Varg's familiar.
Thus, he would know the conditions, wouldn't he?
I wish
No.
Demetrio was here with her bag of tricks.
Mm-hmm.
Nimblin nods. You enjoy that squid now.
She throws it back at him.
It got
What
you.
can Emma do? Well,
Oh, you wanted me to pull an animal out of me bum? I did. What do you want from me? There are those
Perhaps go
conditions?
catch a
I
specific creature.
could.
Oh, here's a rat.
Can I punch Nimblin in the face?
I want to mess you
Sorry.
up. Piss off.
I could use planar travel in Greater Psychoport to get us pretty much anywhere, but getting back's going to be a problem if I do that.
1 second. Phone call.
What can Nimblin do besides just conjure pudding and so on?
Pudding.
Yeah, he can't just. That's Varg's thing. If you wanted a random animal from nowhere, Varg could technically get one, but as far as you know, Varg is gone.
Yeah, actually, that's a question. If you summon something and then do a ritual to bind it, does it poof or does it get binded to you?
Summoned creatures cannot be bound.
Okay.
You already bound them by summoning them. You can't rebind them. No.
Planar binding.
Yeah, if you gate something.
So yeah, gate is permanent travel, not temporary summoning.
Mhm.
Well, yeah, like I said, I could bamf anywhere else in the multiverse at a moment's notice. The problem is getting back.
We attach a fishing line to you, and just start reeling.
Emma's got limited summoning abilities. Nothing useful for that. She can teleport herself.
Niblin has no power of use. Not at least not at that use. Sorry. He has powers. I'm not designed to do that.
So anyways, if you guys are willing to help and not just going to riff back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, I do have a procedure for you.
Alright,
I'm willing to help.
yeah, Niblin's willing to throw in what he can. Mostly that involves squids made of shadows.
Right.
The split of shadows.
Shadow
Someone,
squid.
I suspect, Aislinn, is going to need to toss out a knowledge planes in order to recall the nesting habits of a void worm. There we are.
Well, she's AFK right now, so you can roll 4 because she has to answer her phone. So.
Yeah, gotcha. Oh, damn it, that's this room.
Alright, back again. So,
Hey,
Ah, okay,
has anything
there you
been figured out?
yeah,
they
go
have,
ahead and roll.
They have tentatively agreed to help you, so I need a knowledge planes check from you in order to recall the nesting habits of the void worm.
Alright, that actually works very nicely for me.
I look in the mirror and I'm a void worm.
Seriously though, it's like 1d20 plus 30 for her. Oh, well.
Still got freaking 41.
All right. Void worms tend to nest in on the ceiling. I'm pulling up the correct sheet here. Do that, damn it. There we go. Why is this not in my browser history? I was typing advanced familiar, not improved familiar.
I wasn't aware of this difference, but yeah.
The difference is they are different words, and thus one is in the browser history and the other isn't.
Ah.
There we go. The protean void worm has a speed of 50. Okay. Void worms fly in schools. And when they're not swarming, they tend to make their homes in nests on dry walls. They would also have some form of they have very colory, feathery wings.
Nibble will help find it, but he has no survival skill worth mentioning. Even Varg does better. And it's a sad, sad thing.
Alright. What I would like you guys to do is it's essentially like a gather information roll, except instead of diplomacy, You will be using survival or knowledge nature, your choice. So, a D4.
Am I included?
Yep.
No, it's nature then on your part, actually, because you're good at all knowledge.
I go around to all the Voidworm bars.
All one of them.
I just keep rolling 11s.
And roll a D4 to figure out how long that takes you. Spread out. And... okay. Alia eventually spots some, pardon me, some voidworm nests uninhabited, but there's surely more voidworms nearby. Could I get perception checks from y'all?
Unless you, do your thing. But it's not one of us can roll better.
Alrighty. You guys have had to spread out over an area about you think about a mile along these passages down here, but you do eventually find some voidworm nests, and now you're going to have to catch one. How do you guys propose you were going to do? How do you propose catching some voidworms, whether they're awake or asleep?
I can just mind crush one, and that makes it easier for us to do the thing on it.
That's all for me. I like
Everyone
that.
shrugs. Whatever.
Mind
They
crush
don't
it.
die when they hit 0 hit points, do they?
Alright.
Well, most things don't.
Nevlin spends his time, rather than helping them, trying to figure out a way to create a cigar with what materials he has. It probably doesn't go awesome.
He could take off one of his shoes and roll it up.
He doesn't wear shoes.
It would certainly be aromatic. I'll get back to you on that.
Okay. I don't know. When I think of the way he says boss and axe, I keep thinking like a New York accent and him with a bowler hat and a scour.
Quaiba?
So, Alia, you plan on mind crushing a passing voidworm?
It was just an idea.
Okay.
Assaulting.
Um,
We're such terrible people.
Bear in
Emma
mind,
does-
they fly in schools, and they are fairly fast flyers.
Emma does have true speech and constant speak with animals, so we'll try to get her to talk to them.
Hey, who wants to be this lady slave for life until they die?
Hey, do you guys speak a language?
Although they have an intavate, they are extraplanar protean shape changers. They're not animals.
No, she has true speech as one of her speech forms.
Ah, okay.
She can also speak with animals. 'Cause
Well,
that's
then
just
they
overpowered.
would speak a form of protean. However, they are also feral. They do not respond to her other than to keep out of arm's reach.
Hey, do any of you guys want to be a familiar? It's super
Sounds
fun.
lots of perks.
Just ask this bee.
Some of them that have nests not too far away begin swooping down at her head.
Piss off.
Obviously, Ali is Snow White here. Obviously.
Oh. Oh my. December at home. Yeah, well, I did my part.
Okay, so we found them. Now we just have the trouble of their being uncooperative.
I could cast Waves of Ecstasy on them, and
England is technically a ranger, so I don't think he has the. Did he pick traps as his thing? I don't remember what he picked. What did he pick? He doesn't have a companion, an animal companion.
No, he has hunting companions. He can give his
Okay, comrades.
favored enemy and favored terrain bonuses to his allies.
Wait, void worms aren't super. Are these just standard void worms?
These are they're feral, untamed, undeveloped void worms.
Okay.
oh wait, no.
Emma has at will hold monster.
Grab. Yank. Do your thing.
And want to try it?
Sure.
Be ready to run when one of these things falls to the ground and the rest try to kill us.
No, I want my familiar.
All right,
Oh yeah.
cast it. What's the effect?
I'm just bringing it up. Target is. I just need to see what the range is. It doesn't have a range listed. Test. Oh,
I'm sure you can taunt them into charging you.
So
You tried
range is
talking to them
medium,
before.
one creature. Round 1 per level. Will negates. Subject becomes paralyzed and freezes.
Range medium.
Yeah. Okay. Her DC, according to the listing, is 18. So that is at will. She's gonna point at one. If it can't make a DC 18, it gets held.
Which save is that?
I believe it's will. Let me double check. Will negates.
One of the ones swooping down at her head falls limp and lands on the floor nearby.
Here you go.
Begin the ritual. Get the knives.
Okay. What do I do now?
Takes a single point of harm. I suggest someone quickly grapple and pin that thing, and then run away from the clock because it looks agitated.
Then we'll walk off, grab it, and run.
Well, yeah, it's paralyzed for.
Because Niblin's quick moving, so he's just picking up.
Yeah, it is helpless.
Yeah. Actually, what am I doing? Julius is the fastest among us thanks to Adelaide. He'll probably just snatch it up and fuck off.
It's going to be paralyzed for 15 rounds, but we're going to want to tie it up so it doesn't get away when it comes up. Who's good with ropes?
Paralyzed, it is helpless, so it's just going to make a second check. Did that pass?
DC was 18.
Okay. Someone can grab it without difficulty.
I vote Julius. He's the fastest.
And whoever has the highest CMB should tie it up.
Yeah, that's Julius.
That is definitely Julius. And the rest of the swarm is looking unruly. Y'all
And
better
then we should run the away.
Niblin is already running away.
Yes, he is.
Run away!
Run away, run away.
Back speed.
Don't worry about moving.
We didn't actually run.
No. You guys are outside doing this.
No. This is still underground.
Yeah, alright.
I just found a dry place.
After about 5 minutes, the swarm gives up chase, and you have your one bound in some leather cord void worm captive.
Begin the ritual. Put on the hoods.
She's already wearing a hood. Blood for the blood god.
You shouldn't bother starting the ritual until you guys make camp.
Okay, make camp.
Plus, the ritual's private. Stop trying to watch it.
Yes.
That's what the book. That's what the book I bought for $1 that I did my familiar ritual out of says.
$1, huh? Where'd you get your weird space money? Or is that the denomination of where you come from?
Actually, I found the I found the book still.
So it was free.
In a dollar store, duh.
What if you call it a gold store? Or no, a copper store.
As I recall, I found it in that time-locked mansion.
Yes.
There's actually quite a few books in there we haven't really looked over. We're just sort of sitting on a wealth of information. It's like, books are for wizards.
You know, we never thought to go there to look for info on Jublix or anything. Yeah,
Not once. You
we
literally
have a
have
whole
time.
library we could go look at, and all the time in the world to look at things in it.
Yeah, seriously, we could spend the next 300 years just fucking around in there, learning all there is to know, then come out badass. We
Okay.
have literally a.
We have wasted our lives. Yes.
No, it's good.
You're thinking the opposite of stasis.
What's it
Anyway,
called? It's
by
from
the time
DBZ,
you make
that
it
damn
back to
chamber.
the river here, where there's that crevice leading to the surface, you can see that it is beginning to get dark outside.
Sleepy time.
There's no sun to set, the sky just starts getting darker.
Screw you, plate of fire.
Wait, how come the sky gets darker if there's no sun?
You don't know.
If it's anything like Sigil, it just does.
But there has to be a light source.
There is.
Yeah.
You don't know what it is.
The plane itself is the light source.
But then, how does it get dark?
Okay,
It
do you
turns on and
seriously
off.
want me to go into a full essay on the on the effects on how when a three-dimensional plane reaches its boundaries that are not wrapped around, they in fact have to interface against something, and well, hyperspace is a higher energy state.
I see.
It's magic. I don't have to
questioning
explain
it.
it.
Alright then.
If it's anything like Sigil, the City of Doors, the plane itself is the light source that intermittently turns on and off throughout the day.
That's interesting.
Now enslave your Voidworm like a real woman.
Just like I enslaved my bee with a book I found in a shed.
Did you whack her with it?
Well, no, that should be squished bee. Like a bee ghost. That would be a cool familiar. A bee ghost.
I found an old book on binding familiars in a shack and decided to try it for no reason.
She points out a random terrifying-looking snake. You are going to be my familiar.
I'm going to transfer the
Passing
soul of an
walk
entirely
that
different
gets
being into your being.
The passing
You just go to
honeybee
whatever
gets
heaven.
in the way, and well, that was the end of that.
Alright, well.
Just like Captain Ginyu.
Yes.
Let's see. Ashlyn's going to go over here and hopefully be at peace while she binds her familiar soul to this new familiar.
Alright, she's decided she's setting up camp for the night on yon slippery, wet ledge in the middle of the river.
Because I'm a jerk, I'm gonna try to slip Cassie onto her to watch the ritual. What's
Ashlyn,
Cassie's
perception check?
22.
And Portucas, stealth check.
I just can't really roll today.
Sorry, what was the mess you were rolling there?
She was rolling Cassie's stealth.
Gotcha. Yes, Ashlyn, you notice nothing wrong. You don't notice any bug sitting on the lapel of your shirt or anything.
So, if Cassie's spying on the whole ritual, does that mean that the ritual turns invalid and I don't get a familiar?
No.
I don't know why
Okay.
it would.
Privacy
but-
reasons?
No, but now I know how to do it properly for the next time I try.
So just going,
Alright
yeah, I got my
then.
familiar, blah.
Poor Cassie.
You do realize it's probably a completely different ritual, but
I have no.
because
I have no
he's
intention of
transferring
getting
the soul of an
another
existing
ritual.
being into this thing.
Anyway,
Anyways,
she does it.
Ashlyn is going to be there for the next 2 hours doing that.
I'm
What is
gonna get a
everyone
nap
else
and leave
doing?
Sappy to watch over me.
Just right there on the bridge over the river?
Oh, flying doesn't take me any will. I'm just gonna hover.
Yes. Yeah, no, that is not what I'm wondering about. Okay.
Yeah, just right there, maybe 10 feet up.
Julius resolves to have him and Adelaide to not both be sleeping at the same time.
I wonder what the townspeople would think if they came upon somebody sleeping in the air like that.
You're a witch, burn you at the stake, you're a demonic hellspawn, go die.
Now she is on fire.
Does anyone know how to use a lasso? We'd love to burn her at the stake, but she won't come down.
Just throw hot coals at her until she goes afire.
I wanted to burn her at the stake, but she's already on fire. I don't know what to do now.
We'll just stake her in the heart, and then just throw coals at her.
Oh, anyway, I've got to be hitting the main trail. I need to go to bed. Oh.
Yep.
I got work in 7 hours.
Alright, then pardon me. Then yes, we will suspend here as you guys are making camp, and as Varg has also made camp elsewhere on the mountain.
12 hours from now.
And that all works. Yep, so we'll see y'all next week for Surya.
Alright, sounds good.
Sounds
Okay.
great.
So that's been 2 sessions now. Varg has done more to get... At this rate, Varg's gonna fucking reach it, demolish the place, go home. And then like, bitch fight Jubilex by the time you guys get to the top of the mountain.
Oh, aren't you a raving optimist?
Varg can take him.
He's gonna fly up. He's gonna fly up there. Jubilex's minions are gonna see him and shoot him out of the sky and murder him. And then we're going to show up and find dead Varg there. And we're gonna be like, "Oh, he didn't die until now. Yay!"
You vastly underrate Varg's ability to be stealthy when he wants to be. Who was the fellow who snuck into 2 impregnable fortresses now?
That would be the
Actually,
snake who
3.
approached from underground, giving no one any opportunity to see him.
Yeah, he's waiting until he's close enough to go do that. He can't do it from 80 zillion miles away.
Varg is still an ass, though.
He has to get within slither range first.
Did you ever tell her how you got my equipment back? Never tell Annie how you got my equipment back when I died.
Thinking.
He snuck
Oh,
into,
right. I
he
turned
snuck
into
the fortress where it was. It was all in treasure chests along a room. So he sneaks in, turns into a giant octopus, grabs it all, turns back into a snake, and leaves.
How does that...
Because if he's
limbs.
carrying it, it gets included in his body mass when he wild shapes.
So you have a really fat snake going on?
No, he's same size.
No,
He could, if he wanted to, turn into his most massive form, grab a suitably sized house, turn back into himself, run off, turn back, and put the house somewhere else.
Yeah, mechanically, any item that's in your inventory gets transformed into the wild shape. It is included in that. So once he grabbed everything with his tentacles, they became part of his inventory and transformed with him.
Basically,
how I retrieved
yes, as a matter
everything.
of fact, druids are capable of Transformers-style mass shunting.